Alright, welcome back to the Olimoleague, folks. We're in game number 2 in this best of 3. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map. It's going to be the red Terran player from Team Liquid. It's TaeJa.
In the middle left as the purple Zerg, Dead Pixels True.
Of course, I think every Terran player out there is popping their ace rages and whatnots. For TaeJa's sake, it really kills me not that that happened the way it did. There's a good chance he actually leaves the depot down. It happens to all Terran players. Better Terran players, good Terran players. But it's the fact that he raised it and then lowered another one that really gets me.
Yeah. Well, he did that for a purpose. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna randomly play, like, you know, pop, like, I don't know, raise the supply depots. As like a mini game. The Hellions would have come out and they would have immediately taken the shortest route possible outside the base, which was the supply depot that he ended up lowering. I mean, he was trying to be as efficient as possible, excuse you,
but
as Terrans are.
Let's talk about a small what if for that one. I mean, what if those depots were up? What happens for True? It's not like there was a bailing nest and he was just short on gas or something. There was no follow-up to what was just a pure speeding all-in.
Yeah, True. I don't know. True might tap out as well, you know, like TaeJa, but it really depends on him, you know, and I don't know, I think he just would have tried to play the game. He has the Lings, you know, not a time that he would want, but they are going to be good against the Hellions, and it was a 3cc, so if he scouted that, then he know that he would have, you know, another, what, 5 minutes, I don't remember what timing that speedling all-in hit, but it's a drone a lot, but I don't know, he would have been in a bad position too. But he's doing the exact same build, I believe. The pool first, the gas is taken.
I mean, he may... Here's the thing, right? A good example of this would be pretty much anytime Life plays against a Terran player. There are situations where Terran get a little bit greedy. They don't put that wall down really fast. There's no need to guard against 6-minute roaches anymore. It's rarer that this happens than normal. So maybe he hopes once again that TaeJa doesn't have that wall down. I mean, he barely had it down last time.
I think what's going to be really different here is that TaeJa is scouting, and did he not do that last game? I want to say no. Definitely not a Reaper in both cases because it was a 14cc, but I don't remember if he sent an SCV out. And if he did it do this? Did it just get in there, say like, oh, he took a hatchery at some time, let me just back on out of here? Yeah, because you know, you can pool first and take the hatchery later, and you know that timing, but what you really want to see is like, when was the gas taken? Yeah,
I could be incorrect. I think in game number 1 he actually scouted with the SUV, but it only got to the mineral. I never saw, I think, the spawning pool. I could be, of course, just full of arenas. It is the first cast of the day, and I'm still waking up. It's just bright and early here on 5:16 a.m. on the West Coast, guys. I know you folks in Europe are having a wonderful midday right now, but we wake up super early every morning, every Saturday, because we love the Olimoleague.
You know, I've come to realize I don't really mind waking up. It's just always so effing cold. Well, like, I hate waking up when it's all cold. My feet are cold. And,
I'm not sure I could get on this same train as you, because you wake up at what is actually a fairly reasonable hour, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. That's a lot more borderline normal than 4 a.m. for me.
Yeah, well, I wasn't talking about the specific scenario, jeez.
Oh, you just mean in general, so like if you wake up at like noon, but it's like 2 degrees outside, you're like, no, F this.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I love the cold, but maybe that's just the Canadian in me.
No, see, the perfect scenario is that it's cold at night, so you get to snuggle, or like cold in the morning when you wake up, but you don't have to get up. You know, like that's the best feeling, like a snow day. But when you finally want to wake up, it should be like 100 degrees, right?
Nah, man, I'm like straight up lumberjack status. My neighbors give me the weirdest looks because you know, it'll be like 0-degree weather outside. I'll be in my shorts type thing. I love the cold.
All right, whatever.
Well, True actually go for a quicker layer, and he does this not with his signature 3 gas, so this might not actually be for Mutalisks. But if it's not, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, what else could he possibly do? The Roach Warren's still not down. Neither's the Evo Chamber, but. Well, we do see Zerg players typically go for 4 gases. Like I said, True's going for 3, so a Bailing Nest actually comes out pretty quick.
Gotta play defensive.
Oh, wait, this is the 4th. Okay, so he's just gonna play Bailing Muta then.
Yeah. He hasn't got an Overlord inside the base yet, so he has no idea if like a Hellbat timing is literally coming right now. In which case, you would love to have a Bailing Nest. As it is 3cc, and you know, just timings-wise, he'll figure that one out. I don't know that I'll be able to get this 3rd pretty securely. You know, the Hellions aren't that big of a threat unless they do run by. That's pretty much the only threat right now, is he has no Lings.
Ooh, losing that Overlord for that scout. True actually did not get too big of a reveal off this because he barely missed the third CC. Oh, that's really unfortunate actually, because that would have been a big tell for him to either have the signal to play safe or to play greedy or just, to get away with whatever he'd like. I don't think at this point in the game you go for the Roach Bane trigger off this. It's a little bit late and he's already dedicated his Spire attack, but still, it's really unfortunate he didn't get that scout. That's very critical information.
Yeah, I think just, again, like, timings-wise, maybe seeing the gases at the natural, he knows it's 3cc, or he's guessing.
Oh. I think this could have gone in there, maybe. Risky for TaeJa, but, man, 6 Hellions would have roasted up a lot of drones real quick.
Yeah, but these Hellions are so important. He scanned, he saw that there were 2 gases at the natural. I think he's been checking the third, although not recently. So I don't know if he knows that it is a 2-base layer. But if he's guessing that, again, it's all about kind of guessing, not knowing for sure, then the Hellions are extra super important because you either have the macro game from the 2-base layer, right? Or you have the let me try and pull you out of your main with the mutas and attack you with a lot of banelings and lings. And having Hellbats or Hellions for that would be very, nice.
Well, it's also a situation too where this is his only map control for a long time. He can't really afford to move out of the base. I mean, he's got to leave those Marines at home until they bulk up. He could go for a drop, he gets picked off type thing. So, as much as I personally love the Lily Canine-esque version of this, where you just dive in and get 40 drone kills but lose your Hellions, sometimes even then it's not worth it.
Yeah, I think seeing. Okay, never mind. Well, anyways, it is going to be that macro version, right? There's not, lings and banelings waiting right outside in a secret corner behind some brush because there's actually no bushes on Catalina, waiting to just pounce on TaeJa as he gets his third. So it's just going to be about harassing with the mutas. Sure, your upgrades are just a little bit later, but as we can see in the production tab, they're really not that behind TaeJa's.
Well, Missile Turret's doing a great job of warding this off for now. Of course, sadly, they don't cover everything, so there's going to be a couple SCVs that will get picked off, but... I mean, ultimately, what True does with this attack isn't supposed to, well, first off, lose the mutas, but secondly, it's not supposed to devastate TaeJa. It is harass. It's meant to make him stay at home or miss timing, just focus on what's going on here, and actually, this is going out way better than I anticipated it would. However, TaeJa saying, screw that, decides it's not going to get distracted, starts pushing across the map with what is a very large amount of Marines. Oh, but can he split? He's on creep. He doesn't have combat shields. There we go, kicking in just at the last second.
Yeah, no, Hellbats is interesting. He's out of an armory? Well, he has an armory. Maybe thinking that the Cruiser wouldn't be that far out and that he'd be able to do, like, a dance with the Hellions, because he's still not transforming them.
No, but also, True lost 3 of his Mutalisks back on TaeJa's side of the map, so still, a lot of SCVs killed for a very small amount of Mutalisks is always nice.
Oh, he's paying attention. Yes.
Can he get away from the banelings, though? The splits are all right. Picks up the medevac. There we go. But there's still more on the ground. Here comes the reinforcements. Let's see if he can deal with this. True looks like he will get cleaned up.
Yeah, dropping one at a time, trying to take some banelings, and of course that concave, which is the simple lack of banelings with like 4 left means that that push won't do a whole lot. Behind this, True did not get another creep spreading queen, so that's gonna be a bigger and bigger problem. Like I'm looking around for that queen. And I don't even see one on the production tab. I mean, this is like a huge deal. You're already pretty close to TaeJa's third base, offensive and defensive point. Like, you want Cruiser to be pretty far.
That queen went down really quick. These Marines doing a lot of damage, but the banelings will clean this up. Now, upgrades, interestingly enough, a little bit in the favor of TaeJa. I know I'm an old fogey with this one, Zymgra, but I'm still so used to Zerg players just getting that 2-2 so quick from, like, Wings of Liberty days type thing.
Well, Can I take into account that he went for a mutas? So.
Yeah. That's, of course, a very gas-heavy investment. But interestingly enough, he hasn't really continued to invest that much into the mutas. Mutalist count still just sitting on 7 when some players, even with a couple more being produced right now, we usually see like upwards of like 20 plus. So a lot of that gas going into combination upgrades as well as those banelings.
Well, I think he could have just gone for the bare minimum defensive like Ling Baneling and gotten up to that high muta count, but not really depending or relying on the defense only. He's trying to get some counterattacks in there with a bunch of Lings, and they haven't really worked out yet. So the muta count is kind of, I would say, depressingly low for this point with the build considered. But now we're gonna have, I guess, a lot of those Lings and Banelings. If TaeJa ever screws up and goes on to creep, the counterattack is then pretty fast. That's one good thing about these positions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too often you see players, I guess, quote-unquote, expand towards each other on Catalina, but this does create the shortest rush distance possible between the thirds. However, down over here to the south, there's been a lot of activity for True, and TaeJa's been fully aware of this, so a bit tentative to give up this positioning on the map, but there's nothing really down here to guard other than maybe the entrance to the natural.
Yeah. Well, he just really, yeah, doesn't want to go into natural, and he also doesn't want to be, like, backstabbed, I would say. Like, running on a creep on the offensive, thinking, oh my god, there's a thing here, and then getting surrounded from the back is not good. He takes care of that. He's been pretty consistent about putting Marines on the side as well, so he knows if he's about to be surrounded or, you know, a counterattack's going down. But this has stopped him from pushing on to what is still not a lot of creep. It's starting to get back out there, but that's definitely time True wants.
True, by the way, starting to get to that swing of things. Is usually around when he starts taking his fourth, then he'll take his fifth, and we'll see that bounce back and forth between base gets sniped, base gets retaken, and we always sit there like, how does True have money?
Oh my god, True. Oh my god!
Oh. Well, this Widowmake's gonna backfire, but they got some amazing Mutalisk shots, so while they did kill a lot of TaeJa's own units, they did demolish the Mutas.
Well, that was like a very small portion. I was surprised that True went for that attack instead of turning around, but... Oh, okay, that almost hit all the SCVs, but they're gonna die anyways.
Bunker still stands. The army's still good. I think TaeJa's got this. You know, while we're talking about True having that really short counterattack pass, so does TaeJa, and because of this, True might not have time to morph in enough banelings. He does have a very sizable amount still, but oh man, this is gonna be hard to take out the entirety of TaeJa's army.
Well, that's why I said only if TaeJa was like to screw up going on a creep, you know? Like, yeah, doing an attack like that with a short, like a short distance for TaeJa was... It was ballsy, and obviously did not work out for True.
Can we just speak on the fact that the Widow Mines weren't garbage for once?
Yeah, they weren't.
Oh, we had some banelings coming from behind. That's actually quite nice, but the Widow Mine's still pushing through. Reinforcements of Marines don't need to be plentiful, and that's going to pretty much cut out, well, all the Widow Mines, but also all the Mutalisks.
And that one baneling took like 5.
Yeah.
44 more Lings are on the way. 3 weapons is about to finish for these Marines, though, and they just gotta find a tight pocket. This just needs a morph banelings. Don't really want to take on Marines with Lings. You can take on the Thor with Lings, technically, but even that takes a while, and the medevac's are here to save them.
That medevac had 1 health, picking up the Thor was not a great idea. However, while this goes on, TaeJa actually doesn't really get too much into the drone count of True just yet. He does kill the base, which is quite nice, but until he gets into those drones, it's not like True is quite dead yet. He is that guy who's going to keep expanding if you give him time to breathe, but that army supply, 71/26. I don't know how True overcomes this. Not without banelings. He knows it as well. Good game is called, and map number 2 will go to TaeJa. Telling you of the series.